St. Louis police fired tear gas and rubber bullets during clashes with protesters in St. Louis early on Saturday after a white former policeman was acquitted of murdering a black suspect. A peaceful rally over Friday's not guilty verdict turned violent after police confronted a small group of demonstrators 3 years after the shooting of another black suspect in the nearby suburb of Ferguson stirred nationwide anger and debate. Officers fired tear gas as people broke windows at a library and 2 restaurants and threw bricks and water bottles at officers. Protesters also threw rocks and paint at the home of St. Louis Mayor Lyda Crewson, said Acting Police Commissioner Lawrence O'Toole. 9 city officers and a state trooper were injured and at least 23 people were taken into custody, he said. Men angry with the verdict hold rifles as they join the protest. Photo Jeff Robinson. Following the violence, rock band U2 cancelled a concert scheduled for Saturday night in St. Louis, citing safety concerns for fans who would have attended. We have been informed by the St. Louis Police Department that they are not in a position to provide the standard protection for our audiences would be expected for an event of this size, U2 said in a joint statement with concert promoter Live Nation. The verdict that ignited protests on Friday was the acquittal of former city policeman Jason Stockley, 36, who was found not guilty of the first-degree murder in the shooting death of Anthony Lamar Smith, 24, on December 20, 2011. After the ruling, around 600 protesters marched from the courthouse through downtown St. Louis, chanting "No justice, no peace and hey ho ho, these killer cops have got to go." Some held Black Lives Matter signs. Protesters hold up signs during protests which turned ugly. Photo Jeff Robinson. After Friday's verdict, one group of demonstrators tried to climb onto Interstate 40 but was blocked by police. Another group blocked an intersection by sitting down in the street for 6 minutes of silence. After most protesters drifted away, a smaller group of people police described as agitators lingered on the streets in an upscale neighborhood near the mayor's house. The group taunted officers who arrived in riot gear by the busload. Reports of bricks thrown at police. "That's not protest. That's a crime. We stand behind our officers. This violence won't be tolerated," Missouri Governor Eric Greitens said on Twitter. Smith was shot 5 times in his car after trying to flee Stockley and his partner, following an alleged drug deal, authorities said. Prosecutors said that during the pursuit, Stockley could be heard saying on an internal police car video he was going to kill Smith. At Stockley's direction, his partner, who was driving, slammed the police cruiser into Smith's vehicle and they came to a stop. Stockley then approached Smith's car and opened fire with his service weapon, court documents said. The former policeman believed Smith was armed, defense attorneys said, and a gun was found in the car. But prosecutors argued Stockley planted the weapon and that the gun had only Stockley's DNA on it. Stockley's attorney, Neil Bruntrager, said his client was relieved at the verdict. "It's been a long road for him," Bruntrager said. St. Louis prosecutor Kimberly Gardner called on protesters to avoid violence. Smith's family settled a wrongful death lawsuit against the city for $900,000 in 2013, according to Al Watkins, an attorney for Smith's fiancée, Christina Wilson, Reuters.